Good evening, Upasna. Do let me know how's the audio and the video clarity here.
Perfectly fine, ma'am.
Perfectly fine. Okay. So, some time for us to wait for members to join.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the opportunity to
No.
start the week with Zen Master's blessings in Seikastu Mondays, ma'am.
Yes, my dear. So Monday is the beginning of the race for the work and the life. So it's best to connect with the Monday evening for the Sikastras and Masters themes and take away in complete energy for the entire week.
Yeah, ma'am. The entire week will be going to be in peace. The Zen
And
Masters
also a
always
lot of
teach us to be.
motivation and energy to contribute for the entire week.
Yeah, ma'am.
We also wait to see if the link is shared out. Can you please check on that as well?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
It's been shared out, ma'am.
Okay. So, in the meantime, also, Upasna, I would like to know, since you already got your copy of Sikastu, how's the reading going on, and what's your feed on the various topics guided by the Zen Masters?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, when I read the book, I simply read the words and it starts giving me innate peace inside my heart that I feel like that I was whenever I'm in some emotion or any that kind of state, I just come out of it with ease and feeling like that nothing has happened and it was everything is normal, why I was in worry and all. When I read on the relationships, on the work, the chapters, the beautifully, there are the chapters related to the work, how to be beautifully understanding the how you will be mindful when you do these practices, and such practices take you with the innate peace, mindfulness activities, and the best thing I love are the cards, Pam. Every day I just shuffle the cards, I just pull the card, and it so resonates. To now also, it's come love and light. So I just do the affirmation, ma'am. And it just take me out of all the suffering, any pain, any emotion that I am in. This is the way I carry my life with Zen Masters.
So beautiful. Thank you for sharing on your magical journey with Zen Masters. So we have quite a number of now members joining us. Good evening, Madhuri. Good evening, Charu. Good evening, Nagalakshmi. Good evening, everyone who we still have to get introduced to also. Welcome to another Sikastu live session. Good evening, Sunita. So, Upasna, would you like to take, the audience into the journey on to why we are hosting this and what
Yeah.
are we here for?
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm already blessed. And with your due permission, ma'am, I would like to give a brief district, narrative about the book Sikastu by welcoming everyone who are joining the session. Thank you so much for joining the live session with Sikastu Mondays and Sikastu, The Quintessence of Enlightenment. It's a beautiful book. It's a guide who take you through, it is a journey for you, and it takes you with all, when you read it, it guides you to uh, come out of all your pains, hurries, worries, and whatever is there in your consciousness that is not making you, yeah, they're not allowing you to take your journey with peace and love and compassion. When you read this book, you will get to understand that life is not that complicated we make with our understandings and beliefs. It is so simplified, and you find your inner peace while reading your this book. You find the inner peace, and where you find the love and the compassion that is missing out these days, ma'am. And the beautiful part is again the cards that you get with this book. And you just shuffle the cards, pull the card, do the affirmations and mindful activities that book is carrying. And with that, you just start it with your life journey, and you will find it that there is a beautiful transformation in this uh, book, which I have observed.
Mhm.
So, ma'am, with your due permission, ma'am, may I start with the topic?
Yes, sure, dear. Sure. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Good evening, Ruchi. Good evening, Kashmina. Yes, over to you, please. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone, and welcoming everyone. And just wanted to add that you can all put your questions related to the any queries you wanted to ask to our Divine Mother. Dr. Pam is here with us. Thank you so much, Divine Mother. So, with the topic, as the topic is that how can we remove the boredom and the procrastinations from our consciousness? I just wanted you to please start with the understanding about the procrastination and how one could identify the symptoms that they are carrying that type of boredoms and procrastinations. Just wanted.
Very beautiful question, Upasana. So, this is one of the most important topic also that is covered in the journey of Seikastu. So, Seikastu is not just a simple guide and a book to go ahead and read. It is like to cover your entire journey. It also helps you to be mindful in, yeah, in our day-to-day life and in many areas where we are lacking empathy. Guide and then transform our life simply by beautifully reading and practicing some of the to do activities. So today, as of date, when we look at beings, they are always not just in a hurry or in a chaos, but they simply cannot stop doing things repeatedly. Now here the things that is repeatedly, I mean to say, the things are not very healthy. Okay, we see youngsters dipping deep into the energy games. There are so many video games or game zones that is available, and it's become like a repetitive habit for them that they cannot just go out of it or come out of it or become dependent and addicted to it. Likewise, we also see adults because of the latest entry of many gadgets of various companies, and also in different segments, like we can call it as a phone, we can call it as the tabs, the iPhones, and of course the the various mediums of technology. We get to see that individuals are always wanting to be on technology devices, and also on those devices are those many platforms where they are selling something, showing something, revealing something. But it is so happening that man doesn't know when to come out of it, or attachment to it, continuously looking at it, or watching certain movies or television kind of shows continuously going on, where they are not realizing that their valuable time is getting wasted by constantly being there on the technology. So the underlying process of it is of course human psychology, human psych, that anything that gathers their attention, they will want to go ahead to explore it, understand it, or know how it is going to do good. Till that point it is perfectly fine. But the moment one gets into the addiction with it, like, I don't know what to do, so I will get onto Instagram, I'll get onto YouTube, I will get onto Facebook, I will get on to other social platforms. So which shows that the mind is getting psyched with the repetition of doing. Why does this happen? And even on a single holiday for that matter, you know, most of the beings are dependent so much on the technology that they do not even realize that the holiday has, got over. This is a sign of boredom. Underlying mindset of this is also because there is boredom setting within. When boredom is setting within, man is not able to even realize that I am overusing or over dependent on something which is creating harm for myself.
Mm-hmm.
They do not know the levels of boredom, but if, for example, they continue to spend so much time, in the system of just doing something that is not, adding any meaning or value to their life, they also go ahead into the longer duration of the evenings and the night using it. So that's also where the levels of addictions are set in. Boredom addiction leads towards procrastination because something else has taken the higher consciousness of the individual to act upon rather than the good stuff. Like, let's say the Zen masters guides on waking up mindfully, preferably half an hour to 45 minutes prior to your timeline of your actual waking up, to honor the day, to
Mm-hmm.
welcome the day, to connect with the sun energy, to connect with the honor of parents and ancestors, to keep the ambience fresh, or simply to offer gratitude, and also list out onto the various things that are meant to be done in the day. But beings who are setting into the stages of boredom or procrastination simply cannot do that
Mm-hmm.
because they will oversleep,
Yeah.
and they simply do not feel fresh to wake up in the morning, and they will keep sliding the alarms ahead and ahead till the alarm hits to the level that, oh, I'm running late. And
Mm.
in the chaos they are in so much of hustle and bustle. And yet, if for example they are taking public transportation, or they are not driving by themselves or taking anything else, so what
Mm.
happens is again they go back to the technology that they're
Mm.
dependent upon. And they may be attentive about certain things, that I have to reach my work or be there at a specific time, but till that entire journey there is no productivity except for wailing away the time, and which is also showing the sign of procrastination. The delays further happening, and at the end of it, again, mostly feeling that the day has not gone well, or it was a bad day. This is
Yeah.
also the sign of procrastination, that you are not mindful to create good things. So
Yeah,
these
ma'am.
things are eating away the good consciousness of human beings. And that
Yeah.
is where Zen masters comes forth. These are the signs and symptoms that a being is bored or a being is procrastinating. But yet again, why is it happening? Is it because the human consciousness is less intelligent? No, it is not that. Human beings are very wise, highly intellectual beings. But
Mm.
when the intelligence is not used for the productive realization or accomplishing goals or creating plans or making the fruition, or taking efforts to make the fruition in the plan,
Mm.
that's when the intelligent wise mind is getting into the state to get into something so that they can while away the time. That is
Yeah.
how we have to realize. So most beings who are over dependent are also carrying high intelligence states, but because it is not being utilized in a productive way, in
Mm.
a channeled and a right guided way, that's when the boredom and the procrastination sets in. So hope this is clear. Thank you.
Mm. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And one thing I just that is coming into my mind, that these states of mind take you to the negative states of mind, and you become negative with your life and life, all schedules and everything that you are doing and everything, and it disturbs your whole process of life. Like,
Very true. The
Yeah.
entire system is damaging the consciousness of the being, also directly and indirectly affecting the DNA core. Because
Yes.
even if man is positive, but yet the attachment to this consciousness of addiction or dependences on technology, setting in boredom, allowing the mind to procrastinate, they begin to also operate in the negative way. And yet there are so many things that is highlighted in the present day universe, highlighted through media, highlighted through news channels, highlighted through experiences, where is WhatsApp, where is video circulation. So there is so much of bombardment occurring around in the in the society, that man
Mm.
easily loses the control and the conscious connected with positivity, and begin to unknowingly dwell in the negativity, and which also has further repercussions, like they get into the state of depression, they also get into violent impulsive moods and behaviors, and so too their stress levels are very very high, which also affects their balance in life. So well put up, yes, Upasna.
Yes, ma'am. And these things take them to the, dormant state of
Ah,
mind, ma'am, है ना?
common state of mind is one of the most killing and the pressing topics this at
Mm.
this time. Dormant mind is such a mind that a mind can be highly be productive, but a
Mm.
mind that is lonely, and the mind that is not knowing how to create, simply because there is a slime of energy which is dark covered over the mind, which was otherwise active and powerful. And such
Mm.
beings, despite having innate capabilities and intelligences, they wail away and waste away their time attached to the consciousness and the web of darkness, creating many things which are dangerous, not for just for themselves or their personality, but which is affecting the very origin of the family dynamics, and which is also affecting in the society. So dormant mind is becoming very very active these days. So that is why I am sure the Zen masters guidance to come up in the 2023 year with the various guidances of mindfulness is a key tool for human consciousness to actually attain freedom before they get lost in the web of darkness. So
Mm.
these practices, as some of it, as you know, is very, very positive and very simple. It doesn't need a big ritual or a lot of time for it. It is just connecting your consciousness with mindfulness stages, building the inner resilience, and enveloping your consciousness with positive state, and further developing your personal confidence and strength, which gives you the wisdom to do what you need to do. Here, you are not programmed with anything, but rather you are led to invent something by yourself. That is the whole
Mm.
key about also the Zen philosophy, that you will invent yourself as you go through the Zen readings and the Zen methods of life.
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, if one can identify that his consciousness is traveling through that state, and can one for himself and understand this thing that I am in that state and I need some changes to come out of it. Some other may be knowing.
Yes, some beings are quite aware about it, what is happening to them, provided they're observant about it. There are many
Mm.
people who are not observant about their day to day lives. They're
Mm.
just doing things monotonously, or because of the compulsion or the need to do it. Their higher cognizance has stopped operating. In such individuals' life, they will not know when the web of these energies are controlling or affecting. But
Mm.
many beings otherwise are quite
Mm.
aware. Like few months ago, I was so good. I was so good with inspiring others or being positively doing many things. But something has occurred in the last few months, which I'm not my best version. So, which
Mm.
means they can also become observant about their own self. But then when they observe, the next thing is they have to take the help, because majority of the times it is that they become also aware that, I have gone through something which is not healthy, but they
mm,
need to take the help before it can be too late. First of all, the help can be received from friends or neighborhoods or trustworthy people who have been of the light guidance for them. But otherwise, if the issues have become more deeper and it needs supportive help, they can take help of psychologists, psychotherapists, mentors, coaches, and who are helping humanity in the foundation of mind, life, and positive benefits with psychology. Each of these can really help, but yet it's the best way that they can simply go through the reading of the book, though it is not a book to advise onto the medical level of what may be occurring within, but it is a mindfulness states to just simply help you to or help one to reflect what is happening within. And
mm.
there are quite a number of to do activities, activities to and some person to actually address should they wish to take the help of Seikastu book.
Yes, ma'am. And I also wanted to welcome the questions from our audience if they wish to ask anything. They could. Ma'am, I'm not able to check the questions. If you could read the questions, if there are any, please.
So has written so beautiful to feel the pure love of Zen masters flowing through Pamam and Upasana ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So
So beautiful class. We are also open to be receiving any questions that are of your interest, and should you wish to receive guidances from the Zen masters. Here we are talking on to the topic of boredom and procrastination and how to address it in the Zen masters way. So until the question comes in, I can also guide on something uh, that can be a very essential key tool to help everyone to, beat the blues, beat the boredom, beat the, procrastination. So each of us have got a unique talent. These talents are something that is inherent, like which is seen in the characteristics of us being a young child
mm,
or during our developmental stages. Some children like to play in the nature, some people like to sit and do drawing. There are certain children who like to participate in active dances. Some people who are also youngsters who want to go out, get into the mountaineering, or get into the adventurous kind of sports related activities. So these were our key essence of our intelligence. Some amongst us thoroughly enjoyed reading. Some of us also enjoyed writing or making up personalized notes. So, which means each of us carry a unique quality that was part of us.
mm,
So, to do those things, there is no age to do those things.
mm,
And a hobby or a passion that has been healthily developed at a young childhood is not something that should be restricted to the childhood phase alone, or that only when I am a child can I do that, or because I've grown beyond that age, so today I cannot do that.
mm,
It's not true. Rather, these were the very gifts that was available to the resources of our own mind. So, getting back to that hobby that we loved doing when you were a youngster, or we had more time in hand as youngsters. Many young children of decades of 70s and 80s also spend time playing board games and common field games. Of
yeah,
course it
ma'am.
can be recreated no matter you might be an adult in this step. Some youngsters loved playing with the watercolors
Yes,
and
ma'am.
doing things, or painting upon the t-shirts, or work with the art, or write, doing saving work. So it can be yet be created.
Mm,
Why it is to be created today?
mm,
Because it will just enable us to find our happiness energy. to get rid of boredom, to overcome procrastination. It is so very important for us to find happiness in what we are doing.
Yes, ma'am, and that should be more natural, a creative kind of thing rather than finding video games and everything on the mobiles and others.
When we are connecting with video games technology, please realize that someone is definitely selling you something which can be of temporary happiness but cannot be a forever gift of
Mm,
happiness. Forever gift of happiness is something that you find the energy to keep going back to it,
mm,
keep doing it, and inventing newer and newer forms. And yet what, how does this help it, getting back to the creative energy, not just helps us in finding our happiness, which also, frees us from our boredom or our procrastination or depressional energies, but it also adds more motivation and strength to some work that we are doing.
mm,
Like, let's say a being goes into the corporate at a position of a leader at a CEO level, a CFO level, and has got a lot of, responsibilities of higher level of decisions to be made. The list is quite a lot.
mm,
But if such a being can work with the creative energy flow for about 10 to 15 minutes before unwinding in the night and getting connected with some mindfulness techniques of activities, so would they be the charge for the next day to create the better energy and
mm.
deliver more from a larger capability. Likewise, it can be also be done over the weekend and prepare for the newer goals in the week ahead. So it's not a difficult possibility, but it definitely needs to have, a mind in balance, and of course mind has to take charge to apply it. So
Yeah.
creativity is the best way to also outgrow the boredom. And it also shows that, when a being is able to find the happiness in what they're doing, they find the happiness in the world as well. Their approach to the universe to look at it negatively also undergoes changes, because they know when we are doing some things creatively, we are only
Mm.
adding value and positivity.
Yeah.
So these are again the lessons of Zen Masters, dear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the beautiful explanation. It's winding up my thought and consciousness. And actually, listening is also filling me with the energy, like positivity and happiness inside. But while doing these things, and when we are in the, like ma'am, boredom and all the, it creates no the negativity pulls our energy also, and we get feel drained many a times.
Ah, so beautiful. Yeah, very true. Very true. So we have a question that is coming. Thank you, Kashmina, for appreciating on the discussion. Thank you, Charmila. So question is coming from Charu. Dear Pam ma'am, when it comes to procrastination, is it possible to stop procrastinating completely, or is it possible to take the steps and immediately the we overcome the procrastination? I'm not sure, did my video go through some level of disturbance now? Okay.
Earlier it was, now it is clear.
It is clear. Was my audio clear?
Now clear, ma'am. Earlier it was a bit technical issue. I.
Okay, it was showing something around. Yeah. Okay, so I think there are quite a bit of messages coming in, and how to ensure one lives a purpose-led life. So, yet again, it is like, to find the passion in what we are guided to do. And to release the procrastination, we must also get into not just the mindfulness activity, but also the physical activities like mountaineering, going ahead in adventure, playing sports that are of importance, going and visiting mountains and Himalayas and meditating, and yet absorbing the cosmic energy. So working with our inner self and beautifying our external energy both can help beat the procrastination. And so too, working on to the goals. What am I here for? What is my life plan? What are the to-do lists that I'm needed to do in a month, in a week, in my routine of my life? So accordingly listing it, observing whether we are doing it, and giving everything a timeline to complete it, and working behind it along with mindfulness states helps us to beat the procrastination and help us to actually conquer our life stages and phases. So hope that is very clear to you, Charu. Thank you, Kashmina. Okay. Happiness in whatever we do. Yes, finding happiness in whatever we do. So if the class is also audience is also welcoming, I would like to give you a mindfulness message for you all to practice in the day, since Pastor Ma'am has already gone ahead to, announce that this has been so beautiful that, she gets inspired to go back and keep working, not just with the Seikastu book, but also with the mindfulness cards that are coming as a gift along with the book inside. So, yeah, so first of all, one of the messages that is coming is pathways. So, this is the message. Okay. Now, here, this message is about representing pathways. So, here the affirmation that goes with this is my Zen mission. My Zen mission is to serve from the highest purpose of lights. I repeat, my Zen mission is to serve from the highest purpose of lights. I am blessed with happiness and contentment. I am blessed with happiness and contentment. What happens is when we are mindfully practicing the affirmation like this, we close our eyes, connect with the heart, and try and resonate with the understanding of this affirmation. We instantly or immediately begin to realize that our energy is beautifully getting activated, or it rises and makes us feel very happy. So, this is the message for this week. You are participating in your Zen mission to serve from the highest purpose of lights. May you be blessed with happiness and contentment. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the beautiful message for the week. Going to be very peaceful, love, compassion, and the blessings of Zen masters. Thank you so
Thank,
much, ma'am. Soulful gratitude.
thank you. We come
Thank you.
back the coming week. Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye bye.
much, everyone, for joining. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Wish to also have your book, your copy. So the Zen Masters book in India is available on Amazon platform. So too, if you would like to have your copy, you can also write to us and we will help you to find your book and helping your life to be more meaningful and positive the Zen way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lots of love. Have a blessed week ahead. Bye.
Bye bye.